explains a lot. Probably the eye I was in. It's all good.
No, but you know, I really had an opportunity to talk to her and bond with her. And I decided that I was going to start putting myself out there. You know, I thought originally I only had the confidence and the talent to present myself in the Midwest. And so I started my Instagram because Tasha Smith said, you need to get on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I saw a casting call I joined different Facebook groups, and so I saw a casting call, and it was like, you know, do you love helping people? Do you have a big personality? And I'm like, yep, check, check, I can do that. And so I applied, not really thinking to hear anything, you know, from the people. And I ended up getting a call back, and I saw who the production company was. So I immediately Googled. I'm like, let me see if I can do a process of elimination. Right. And so I saw that they had a show called Undercover High. And everybody always tells me, you know, you look younger than you are. So I'm like, oh, they want me to go in high school and, you know, report and all this. I'm like, oh, I can do that. So I remember I had a meeting with a student, because at the time I was running the alternative school program, and I was sitting outside. I was getting ready to go meet a client, and they called me. So they were talking to me about it, and they're like, you know, how do you feel about this show? How do you feel about this show? And they were like, I was like, oh no, 60 days in. I'm like, no. I was like, people had to be crazy to, you know, go to jail. And they were like, well,
funny thing.
Actually, that's what we're calling you for. I said, okay, well, thank you, but no thank you. I'm good. They were like, well, can you just hear us out? And I said, I mean, sure, but I'm not doing it. Right. So then they said, well, just take a week and think about it. And I prayed about it.
They saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself. Something for you.
I guess. I mean, they did. And, you know, my first thing was, no, I have celiac disease. And they were like, well, what is that? We need to research. Do you need to take medicine? Right. So I kind of told them, and I was like, you know, I can't do this because of celiac. My family's against it. You know, I can't do it. Right. And then it was like, well, I can't take off work for 60 days. And it was like every excuse that I gave,
you found a solution.
God removed it, because then it was like I started talking to them in November of 2018. Yeah. In January of 2019, I found out my job had to cut $5 million worth of jobs, and I was asked to take a $45,000 pay cut. And I said, well, Lord, is it you telling me
is you telling me to make it up
that I need to do this? Yeah. And he kept telling me, you can mentor to the pregnant women. You can bring awareness about autoimmune diseases. You can bring awareness to people that have illnesses and ailments that, hey, before you do a crime, you might want to think about, are they going to be able to treat me right while I'm there? And it was just, I start researching. I start reading about people like me that almost died, and it wasn't a popular decision, you know. My dad and I.
Your family.
Oh, this is from my family. Like, I'm a daddy's girl. Yeah. My daddy and I had never not spoken. He was like, I can't protect you. Yeah. And as a father,
that's all we want to do.
That's all he's like, so like he had to sign paperwork in order to talk to me, like a non-disclosure. He refused to do it. Wow. And he didn't sign it until the day before, because I'm like, I can't do this if you don't sign it. And so he's like, okay, well, I'm not signing it. Yeah. And so I had to really tell him, this is where God is telling me that I need to go. I don't want to do it. This is stupid. Like, they serve bread and water in jail, and I'm allergic to bread. Right. And I'm volunteering to do this. Right. Like, this is stupid. Right. But God just kept saying, just listen to me. You got a mouthpiece. People are going to listen to you. You're going to have people that are not going to be supportive. Right. But you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be able to be supportive. And I was just telling my homeboy over there, I was telling them about, I meet people that meet me and they cry because they have celiac disease. Right. And they're like, finally somebody understands. Yeah. And they're bringing awareness, and everybody thinks I'm dramatic. And so just reading those stories, I was like, I got to do it. A lot of people say I wouldn't do it. And I, if not me, then who? Yeah. Somebody strong that has a mouthpiece that's not fearful. I had to do it, and I had to use my Tasha Smith acting workshop skills seriously. That was the hardest job, because it wasn't nothing fake about it. It was real. Right. But I used the skills that she taught me to be able to tell people when they ask me, well, what's your why are you here? What's your story? Why were you arrested? I was able to bring tears to people's eyes when I explained it because Tasha taught me how to do that.
Yeah.
So it was like,
but it was already in you. You just needed to learn.
Right now, who you